Alright, hi y'all, Weather Guy here. Today we're playing Sunless Skies Sovereign Edition. This is a game that I'm not super familiar with, but I'm excited to still try it because the trailer seems sweet. And I haven't really tried this genre at all on this channel, so I'm really excited to see what we got here. I already adjusted the settings a little bit to enable our gamepad, and let's hop into it. I understand that you have multiple lives and things like this. We want to do Legacy or Merciful campaign. So Legacy, if you die, you can only continue with a new captain. If you die, you can reload or continue with a new captain. I kind of want to do a Legacy campaign. I think that sounds more dramatic and exciting. So we're going to do that. This was described as, I think, Gothic horror. Which I'm a little nervous about, honestly, because I don't do well with horror. But it didn't look especially scary, so we'll see. Log of Her Majesty's Locomotive, the Orphean, March 14th, 1905. Our expedition to the domains of the dead has been eventful. The Orphean is damaged and in grievous need of repairs and supplies. We are returning in haste to the Reach, where I hope to make port at New Winchester. May God be with us, for 1,000 deaths wait in the sky. Final entry of Captain Amelia Charity Whitlock, DCM, written shortly for her death. Okay. Better Games presents. I love all these noises, dude. Very steampunk soundy. We're playing. Alright, A thrust, B brake. We're at the Blue Kingdom transit relay. Bottom left we have what looks like an inventory tracker that's 2 out of 12. And a people on locomotive tracker that's 8 out of 10. We have a blue resource that's at 1 in full, a yellow whitish resource that's 1 in like a third, green health. Alright, thrust. B is brake. Let the steer. Alright, we're off. You have returned to the Reach, an untamed, sunless span of the heavens. London's new frontier, a celestial garden run wild. I love the way they overlay the text in this game. This is sick. Dodge right, dodge left. Oh, look at the bottom whenever we dodge. It fills up some sort of yellow meter. Your journey back from the Blue Kingdom was tumultuous. Your locomotive is damaged and Captain Whitlock badly wounded. Nice little tutorial section. I'm honestly really excited for this. Now that I'm playing it, I've been thinking about playing this, I just haven't had a chance to. I'm excited for sure. As first officer, the crew look to you. The nearest station is New Winchester. Can you get the Orphean there safely? Cruise control. Oh, sick. These look like supplies. Yeah, scavenge. Okay. That got us another blue. Okay. What's this over here? Ozymandias, the best episode of Breaking Bad. A wreck drifts here, less fortunate even than you. We should scavenge her for repairs, a crewman says. Oh, look at this. The wreck of the Ozymandias. The wreck hangs in the sky, pocked with recent gunfire. You and the boarding party don your sky suits, garments of waxed canvas lined with felt to protect against the cold of the sky. 2 of the crew are whispering as they dress. What business did Captain Whitlock have in the Blue Kingdom anyway? Why the devil did we trespass in the districts of the dead? You silence him. It's not the time. Leap across to the wreck. That looks like our only option. Gap between the 2 engines isn't wide, but the endless fathoms of heaven gape beneath it. I love that sentence. Leading the way. You jump. Your stomach lurches with vertigo as the stars blaze above you and below. The air of the heavens is thin and torn by unpredictable winds. Then your boots hit the running board of the Ozymandias, and your leather-gloved hands fumble for a hold. One of your companions throws you a line, and you lash the 2 engines together. Only then do the rest of the boarding party follow you. One of them forces open an exterior hatch. Clamber inside. Her interior is cold, unlit, and whistles with wind. Your partner's lamps spread buttery light over the narrow paneled passages. You make your way towards the hold, stepping over bodies crumpled in the corridor. Unfortunately, your way is blocked. Bulkhead has been mangled inward by a well-aimed barrage. Now we have options here. Oh, it requires die rolls. This is like an RPG. So we can either clear the obstruction away or lead your party on a more precarious path. So if we clear the obstruction, we locate a length of pipe to use as a pry bar and set to work. Test the iron skill. Iron is a skill of confronting and overcoming. Okay. Go back out onto the hole, climb past the blockage and enter through a window. Do so carefully. Veils. Ooh, I kind of want to try. I think that's more interesting. Let's do that. Lead your party on a more precarious path. Oh no. Let's see what happens. A memory. The rest of the boarding party follow you without enthusiasm. You recall the first time you climbed outside an engine, helping the captain fix a leak in an exterior pipe. The wind had shrieked, buffeting at you. You asked the captain what would happen if you slipped. You fall, she answered tersely. Where to? You asked. She looked down, then up, then back. The sky's depths spiraled all about you. Away, she said, and you heard her fear. Back in the present, you tumble back into Ozymandias through a shattered window, your party spilling after you, teeth chattering, eyes wide. That familiar terror. You gained +2 terror. New total is 9. Fantastic. Sounds bad. You have reached the Ozymandias hold, a ruin of smashed cargo and spilled supplies. Hopefully, somewhere amidst the detritus, you can find parts to repair the Orphean and restock your stores. Conduct a thorough search. Companions work quickly. The Ozymandias hull has begun to creak. Your actions on board may have compromised its integrity. Renewed. You find enough food and gear to restock your supplies and enough parts to make necessary repairs to the Orphean. The food will need to be thoroughly thawed, of course, but you've eaten worse in the skies. Oh ho! Cries one of your party, prying the lid off a long crate. It holds a cannon, still nestled in straw. Another crewman pulls a battered birdcage from a pile of ruined cargo. In the cage, something winged and furred opens a sullen eye. You examine your finds. We now have 4x supplies and 15x hull, new total of 30. The Ozymandias emits a long, juddering creak. Your boarding party exchange nervous glances. From the chaos of its hold, you have retrieved repairs and supplies, and discovered some useful equipment. A gun that could be mounted on your locomotive, and an educated bat. Okay. So we can either mount the Jerusalem cannon on the Orphean. Her own weapons were damaged during your flight from the Blue Kingdom. That leaves you vulnerable. Claim both this and the bat, and you can claim both this and the cannon. Okay. So let's get the weapon. Collateral and Hather Sage Jerusalem fire single shells to a good range more or less accurately. You order 2 of your party to get it back to your vessel and fit it immediately. And we can also liberate the bat. The heavens are wide, so locomotives use scouts like bats to locate things of interest. Ports, resources, directs like this one to scavenge. Perfect. Get the bat. Eyes in the sky. The bat treats its rescue as an inconvenience. It immediately begins haggling over pay. Bats are like cats, apparently. You offer to put it back in its dang cage and leave it on the Ozymandias, at which point it becomes more polite. Doubt it will last. Wow. The Ozymandias emits a long juddering creak. Your boarding party exchange nervous glances. From the chaos of its hold, you have retrieved repairs and supplies and discovered some useful equipment. A gun that could be mounted in an educated bat. So we can either press on to the engine room. You had better hurry, the Ozymandias is beginning to tear apart, or we can return. I think we'll just return. Be safe. You lead your boarding party back to your vessel. Unshackling her from the buckling Ozymandias, you stoke your engine and steam away. Restocked, repaired, and rearmed. The crew give a ragged cheer, and our terror fell. Open radial menu. This. We have our journal. Let's check that out first. Orphean. Engine was damaged and escaped from the Blue Kingdom. The captain was injured. Can you see her back to New Winchester? Okay. Oh, and you can tab between. Oh yeah, I see something in the top left. Your officers use this tab while in port to use this tab while in port to appoint them or at any time to talk about or to talk to or otherwise interact with them. Your journal keeps track of progress. Great. We don't have any officers yet. Inventory, your hold. This shows your current cargo and any prospects you've accepted. You can also change your locomotive's equipment here while in port and jettison your unwanted cargo while in port or otherwise. For those who don't know, jettison just simply means to send it overboard. Alright, so right now our cargo is 6 out of 12. Okay. This is our... Is it labeled? I don't see how it's... Oh, info maybe? Yeah, that's our Jerusalem. Our bad is up here. This is our engine. Supplies. We run out, hunger takes us. That's good to know. Fuel. Okay. Possessions. Train possessions. Your possessions. Anything that doesn't take up space in your hold generally because it's small or entirely metaphysical appears here. Okay. Minimum safe manning number is 6. Okay. Your profile. This records all your aspects of your captain's abilities, accomplishments, and reputation. Makes sense? So events. Dominant in the Reach. Fortune's Tacites. Okay. Fortune's Stovepipes. Majesty belongs to Titan, the Empire's Hole in the Wilderness, and the Strength of the Sun. Okay. Don't exactly know what these mean. Reputations were 50 with the Tacites and 50 with the Windward Company. Tacites are the independent settlers. Stovepipes is the Windward Company. Okay. We also have 10 heart, 10 iron will, 10 of the thieving one, and 10 of some sort of perception ability. Okay. Let me double check this again. Yep. Perfect. We don't have facets yet, whatever that is. So can we hit this? Does anything happen? Yes. Perfect. Open chart. Oh, wow. Look at this. Oh, I like this. So we started here. We wrapped around to here. Current location. Station. Okay. Can we zoom out? Can we zoom out? No. Not sure where we're headed yet. You can see that there's things in the darkness here. Send out your scout. Cost supplies. Let's see what this returns for us. Your scout discovers something. To see what it is, open your chart. Ah, so this is a station, which means if we go this way, it might lead to the station. So we're going to do that. You bribe your bat with moss until it tells you what you discovered. Perfect. Oh, left trigger is primary fire. Look at that. Summoned by Captain Whitlock. The walls of the captain's cabin are lined with a hodgepodge of curios from across the sky. Captain Whitlock lies in bed. Black marks cover her skin like a monstrous brand. She coughs. Coils of acrid smoke pour from her lungs. Let's ask about her injuries. A ward of living fire pursued the Orphean across the Blue Kingdom. It caught you just before you passed through the transit relay to the Reach. It set its brand upon the captain. It burned itself right through her, the doctor whispers. When I closed the worst of her wounds, I could see the sign is seared into her bones and her organs. Judging from her symptoms, it's on the inside of her lungs, too. Captain leans to one side, vomits a plume of fire into a copper bowl. There's nothing the doctor can do. Let's approach the bedside. Her mouth is blistered from the blue fire that dances on her tongue. Her hand grips your arm. Her skin is hot as a kettle. Made arrangements. The Orphean will be yours. Her voice is just a rasp of burned and meat breath. A promise. She breaks off to scream a word in a language that was not made for human mouths. When she resumes speaking English, she is weaker. Her request little more than a gasp. Promise me one last service. Promise me. We're gonna do what she promised. Whatever it is, you'll see it done. She sinks back, relieved. All in my will, she gasps. Be it better. She breaks off as the sigils burned into her bones flare, glowing cherry red through her flesh and skin. Better captain than I. The effort exhausts her. She sinks back into the scorched pillows in a twisting, frantic fever. Take your leave. We have an engine to command. Onwards! You leave the cabin and the scorched stink of its air behind and return to the bridge. New Winchester is further than you'd like, and the captain hasn't long left. So we have to explode this. I'm assuming we have like unlimited ammo. The main thing is using up our getting overheated. I'm assuming the thing at the bottom is. But we proceed with caution. Let's do some oh, what's this? Marauder. That means we have to shoot at him. Dodged it. Let's go, let's move. We need to recharge our stuff a bit. Hang on. Trying to be more conservative with our energy. Yeah, let's go! That was sick. Let's get what I had. The Reacher Marauder is defeated. You prepare to board the buckled wreckage, poised to plunder the plunderers. Behind you, someone is humming a song of victory. So do we raid the remains? Strip of fur bears. I think. Let's just raid. Your boarding party returns with wallets and watches, cufflinks, lockets, keepsakes. You store them in the safe to be pawned when if you make it back to port. You now have 37 sovereigns. Fantastic. We are approaching the station. It should be around this corner, I think. Yeah, this is a station if I've ever seen one. This is very chill, surprisingly. So it looks like we healed. Stock. New Winchester, 512 experience gained. Fantastic. Arrival at New Winchester. Ooh, press Y too. We'll look at that in a second. You coast into the bustle, the din, the soot, and the steam of Wolves East Station. It is clogged with other engines, scrappy mining locomotives from Lustrum Way, weathered explorers gleaming with frost, sleek company vessels with bright brass fittings. No sooner have you pulled into the sidings than a brusque station master bustles over. You request to come aboard. I must speak with your captain, he insists, brandishing a lecture. The usual formalities. Jesus. Look to the Orphean's doctor. He has just appeared at your shoulder. His face is solemn, his hat is in his hands. He lowers his eyes. The crew exchange bleak, wordless looks. The Orphean itself feels suddenly more empty. Station master looks confused. You inform him that unfortunately Captain Whitlock has just passed. Ah, he says neutrally. Sorry to hear that. Very sad, very sad. He waits for what he considers an appropriate minute and a half before continuing. Alas, even amidst tragedy, the cogs of bureaucracy must turn. Captain Whitlock is deceased. The station authority require their answers from the first officer. He dons a set of spectacles and locates his pin. It will be relatively painless. Name, background, purpose of visit, etc. Shall we begin? Oh, I forgot to press Y. This is where we choose our captain. Let's go. This is sick as hell. I love making characters. Alright. Sorry. I'm excited for this, dude. Create your captain. Today, London lies between the stars. Her new empire unfolds across the heavens. 10 years ago, before the Northern Gate was opened, before the renewed Empress led her people into the skies, it lay in a vast cavern far beneath the earth. Deep, dark, marvelous. Who were you then? So what was our past? Let's quick scroll through. Great. Were we a street urchin? We began with high veils, the skill of evading and deceiving. We a soldier? We begin with high iron, the skill of confronting and overcoming. A poet? We begin with high hearts, which is a skill of convincing. Okay. An academic? Eye and mirror is a skill of investigating and deducing. Maybe that's the eye-looking skill. Hymns and hymnals are priests, Sundays, and sermons. You will begin with high hearts, skill. Okay. A sailor. Oh, I love that. You rode the mournful, merciless waters of the Untersea. You'll be with high iron. Ministry auditor. Oh, yeah. Like an accountant. sort of thing. Or revolutionary. World is broken one way for the rich. We decided, let's do that. I think that sounds fun, being a revolutionary, dude. And I think it also fits because in our first skill check, we tried to go the Veil route. So we'll do this. We'll do revolutionary. Create your captain. You were a revolutionary. The law offered you no protection. The engines of the state were set against that which you knew to be just. So how did you resist? Our feet and fists. We marched, and when marching was enough, you fought. Your mind lies at the tools of tyrants. You published research. Expose those lies and illuminate injustice. Okay. Your art. Art travels swiftly. It cannot be imprisoned. It cannot be hanged. I kind of feel like we were more of an aggressive revolutionary, which means we did feet and fists. So we're going to do this. What does winning mean to you? The truth. I like that. Oh. Alright, well, wealth, though. I just looked at the bottom of this one on the right. It says, be warned, there's a demanding ambition, best played by a lineage that has already completed wealth or fame. So we should probably do one of these two first. Okay, I think fame is what we want to do. Because if we have fame, then, you know, I think it fits our overall goal of becoming known and the revolution and shit like that. I don't know. Yeah, we'll do that. We have to change our appearance. Oh my goodness. And we're going to be a... Ooh, there's a lot of these. Master, officer, archivist. Comrade. Yeah, let's do comrade. Name. Weather guy. Perfect. Sorry to reach up across the mic and stuff to reach that. Okay. Cool. That sounds good. Reading of the will. 3 weeks have passed. This morning, Captain Whitlock received a simple memorial service. Her body was consigned to a necropolis train bound for the Serene Mausoleum. Now you sit. A handful of her relatives and the threadbare offices of her solicitors. A methodical notary is reading the will. Captain was wealthy once, but squandered her capital on mysterious expenses before her expedition to the Blue Kingdom. Listen to the end. To her word. In a final codicil, maybe that's how you say that, the notary announces, Captain Whitlock confirmed that possession of the Orphean was to pass to its first officer. He peers at you with dry, gray eyes. This includes a certain black box contained in the Orphean's hold. Captain Whitlock's final request was that at a time of your choosing, you transport said box to an address in London. He hands you an address card. And deposit it there. You are not to look inside. Gave no explanation. And that's it. You're captain now. The Orphean is yours. You gain Captain Whitlock's legacy. You can investigate the black box at New Winchester. You could take the black box to London as requested, or you could sell it and be done. No, we're going to take it to London, dude. I like having like a quest. You have him bequeathed a large black box which once belonged to Captain Whitlock, and we gained 100 sovereigns, which is the currency. Before you leave Winchester, it may be prudent to buy more supplies. You can buy them at the Victoria Market. Visits to the market selected from the menu that appears to the left of the main panel. Here you can swap between shops and stories. I see. Lots of things to do here, huh? No. Okay. Okay, so Y switches back. I see. Okay, so a lot of different options here. Look at all these things. Holy moly. Let's try just exploring the city, the smoggy, clanking, singing, stamping, thronging, frantic heart of the Reach. An ever-expanding port of soot-smudged glass and bright steel, spilling across a drifting, mist-wrapped archipelago. Its factories thunder, its engine sheds ring with hammers and hiss with steam. Locomotives chug into sidings for repair or flare across the sky and away into the high wilderness. So we can ask if there's any trade opportunities, visit the Promise of Days. Let's visit. Oh, we would probably want to know about the war as a revolutionary. Let's do that. Slow-burning war for the Reach forms the backdrop to daily life in New Winchester. Citizens wishing to keep up with developments in the war turn to the New Gazette. It is famously the only newspaper worth reading in New Winchester, as well as the only paper that hasn't bankrupted itself. Its quality speaks for itself. Here you can read about the progress of the war, check your reputation with the factions, and who currently controls the Reach. Let's search for our name. Your name does not appear. Okay. That makes sense. Read about the current political situation. The Assembly runs New Winchester from Victory Hall and seeks to strengthen its hand in the Reach. London's proxy, the Windward Company, however, maintains a considerable presence in the Reach. Though New Winchester is still neutral ground, tensions are mounting within and without the port. Okay, so it's mostly Assembly and Windward Company. Read about the latest news, which we cannot do. For some reason, it's red. I guess that means there's no news. Recruit the unconscious driver. Specialize in test driving while looking for something quieter. Yeah. Let's not investigate the... Well, maybe we can. I don't know. I kind of just want to carry it with me and not look at it. Kind of like in Dumb and Dumber when they have the briefcase from Mary and then they just bring it all the way across the country without ever opening it. Kind of that. Follow Your Ambition, The Song of the Sky. Let's check this out. Where to begin? You take advantage of a quiet moment to pull out your journal. The blank page sits before you, smug and unblemished. The horror! At last, inspiration strikes. You need fresh material. That's the ticket. We need to go out and explore the high wilderness, gather sky stories and tales of terror to begin the Song of the Sky. Fantastic. Easy enough. Let's recruit. Can repair it? Let's look at this. 3 sovereigns. Let's go ahead and do this. Lost 3 sovereigns and occurrence. Your hull quality is now 30. Fantastic. Go elsewhere. Visit the Promise of Days. Oh yeah, we already read about that. We already inquired about the war. What is requirements for this? Oh, okay, let's just do this. Let's see what this is. A porter at the station advises you to visit the nearby pub, the Promise of Days, and talk to the seasoned captains there. They keep their ears to the ground. They'll know about an opportunity or two. Okay. So, old pistons gleam on the walls. The shelves are crowded with mementos from across the sky. The clientele raise their voices to be heard above the comforting clamor of the adjacent engine yards. Let's introduce ourselves. That sounds good. Dude, look at this. This game really wraps you into its feel and the way the world is. Like, the first instance that I really felt like something was quite different, honestly, was whenever we got the intelligent bat. And now look at this little picture of the bartender over here with the mask and the rat with an eye patch on their shoulder. So sick. Let's introduce ourselves. Instructions. 4 are gathered at their usual table. The masked citizen, a libertine polymath and pioneer of the neo-nocturnal artistic school. The bedeviled didact, a scholar haunted by his discoveries. Lucky Baroness, explorer, collector, philatelist, and spatchcocker Meg, who hunts monsters. Ooh. Of course, everything out here is jolly dangerous, says the Baroness. Few risk the sky, so news of distant ports is valuable. Collect port reports from the places you visit and deliver them to Victory Hall or Company House. The more you turn in at once, the more they'll pay. Look for other opportunities on the way, advises the masked citizen. Passengers who want transport, rich men in need of bloody work, etc. Alright, let's ask them how to make a fortune through trade. Ah, the didact says, fiddling with his innumerable talismans, an essential topic. Meg slides you a stool, and the captains shuffle around to make room. The masked citizen buys you a drink of their own invention. It is violet and foggy. Lucky Baroness gives you a brisk, encouraging grin. Ask away. How do you buy and sell goods? You can sell practically anything at a big trade hub like New Winchester, the Baroness answers. If you want to buy, though, you'll need to travel to more distant ports. Each specializes in a particular export. Meg spits chewing tobacco onto the floor. No money in buying at market prices and selling at them too, though. You want to look for bargains or prospects of people offering better money. Buy cheap, sell dear. You can sell not buy any trade good at a major port. Lesser ports each sell a single good. You can tell see what a port exports by selecting on your chart. Okay. Where might you learn of these opportunities? The masked citizen sips their drink. The biggest port in each region has a bazaar where captains do business. There you'll learn of people at other ports prepared to pay over the odds for a commodity. When you accept the commission for a prospect, it's yours. No other captain will pursue it. It's all fantastically civilized. Their smile is droll. You'll have to source the goods yourself, of course, says the bedeviled didact. Find a port that exports them. The client will want a certain amount. You can supply some or all of it, but if you provide all they need, they may furnish you with an additional reward. Okay, you can have up to 4 prospects at once. Okay. Do they know of any prospects available? Dude, there's so much talking you can do. The host at Magdalene's needs an urgent delivery of seeds, paying a pretty penny too. If I were you, I'd get to the bazaar straight away, put my mark against it. Okay. Host at Magdalene's. Okay. Meg grunts. Broker in Port Avon is selling cheap seeds. Chirpy chap, God knows why. His face looks like it's been pushed through a mangle. An opportunity. Port Avon lies to the west-northwest of New Winchester, and Magdalene lies to the south-southwest of New Winchester. Okay. So we first go to the north-northwest of Port Avon. Let's do it. Learn about affiliations. Let's do that. Meg laughs, a noise like a sneeze crossed with a ricochet. It ain't who you is, it's who you know, isn't it? Nepotism. So true. She taps her broken nose. Quite, the masked citizen remarks. The wider your circles, the more advantageous the opportunities that will present themselves. A wise captain makes the most of them. As your captain increases in level, your affiliations increase. Academia, Bohemia, Establishment, and Villainy. It will unlock new, more rewarding bargains and prospects. Affiliations allow your next captain to inherit certain resources should the unthinkable happen. Fantastic. Let's go. Let's look at buying things real quick. I think we're gonna just mostly... What's at the engine yard, actually? Notorious graveyard for unwanted, unloved, or blasted out of the sky engines. Occasionally there are gems among the scrap. If your locomotive is damaged, its sale value will be reduced to cover repairs. So this is where we can buy new ones. Trade for them. They are expensive. We still want to maybe recruit the driver. Okay, so let's do this. I specialize in test driving, but I'm looking for something quieter. The driver indicates a crashed engine, still smoking. Like that, without the screaming. Officers require a sign-on fee. Allow the driver to join your crew? What harm can it do? This will get you a chief engineer who will increase your iron by 6, your hearts by 2, and your affiliation establishment by 1. Okay, what's the requirements? 134, you need to 20. So we don't have enough, do we? Wait. Oh, we need 20. In addition to your ordinary crew, you now have an officer, or perhaps a mascot. Officers must be appointed before you can benefit from their skills, abilities, or animal charisma. First officer you recruit for each role will automatically be appointed. Change officers open the officers panel while in port. Let's look at hire on crew. Your voyages have grown perilous of late. Numbers and morale are lower than they were. Today, New Winchester is abuzz with rumor. A famous tackety captain has turned tail and fled back to London. Promised a generous pension and a full pardon in exchange for selling secrets. His crew are at a loose end and under a cloud of suspicion. Will they ever find work again? Do we need more members? I guess we do if we're at 8 out of 10. Let's hire them. Crew quality is now 10. Perfect. We see that in the bottom left corner as well. Initially, the crew members are suspicious. They think you might be a journalist for the Gazette. Still, they're happy to drink on your coin, and as the night progresses, their reserve vanishes. When they arrive at your engine the next day to sign their papers, they come with headaches and nausea and the last of their things. They go to their berths, ready to make for the stars again. Alright. So many opportunities. Let's check the inspector. Excuse me, Captain. A woman pushes through the crowd toward you. She is short and square-shouldered, in a neat black suit and polished shoes. She shows you the case of her pocket watch. It is embossed with the crown and hourglass of London's Horological Service office, the body responsible for ensuring time is consistent across the empire. Hoping to book passage to Port Prosper, she says, slipping the watch away. I can, of course, pay. Not right now. Yeah, just because I want to focus on our trade first that we were going to do and make sure that I can do that correctly. Shop, so it would be probably at engineering, maybe. Let's check Bazaar. Seeds for magazines. Oh, did we not claim it? Claimed. Crockery for Port Avon. London's erratic admiral is a tactical genius, but perilously fragile. Unless his daily routine adheres to exact specifications, his inspiration abandons him. And the loss of his tea set in a recent engagement has rendered him entirely ineffective. His batsman, currently recuperating at Port Avon, seeks an exact replacement. He'll pay you 110 sovereign for each of up to 5 crates of nostalgic crockery. Where do we get the crockery? Can be placed at either of those places. Okay. So we'll go to Port Avon first. I think, maybe? I keep forgetting to buy supplies for our ship. Get distracted by all these different things, man. Market. How many do we need? Let's do one of those. Let's do one of those. We don't have that much money. Old bank. Buying, selling. Yeah, okay. Then we have stuff to sell. So we have cage, catch. I don't know what this is. Okay. Pane of stained glass. There's a lot of random stuff in here. Bronze wood. This is all stuff we just have? Wait. Yeah, this is stuff. We already have nostalgic crockery and a sack of seeds. Let's go turn that in. Alright, here we go. Here we go. We're off, once again. For reals this time. So let's try to find Port Avon, which should be to the north-northwest somewhere. I'm kind of nervous, honestly. Alright, let's turn on cruise control. Look at the background. This is so pretty. Still looking to find exactly where Port Avon is. Do I use one of our supplies to find it? I think I do. Let's park for a second. Scout returns. I found something. What is this? A platform. Victory Hall, the seat of the Colonial Assembly, which represents the independent settlers of the region. Okay. Not what I was hoping for. It's okay. North-northwest, so it might have actually been this way, what I'm looking for. Let's try going this direction and up. Look at this background down there, it's crazy. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. This is a wide open area, that makes me nervous. We don't want to go this way. This is too north. I don't think this was the intended path. I'm going to go back the other way. That sounded dangerous. We don't want to deal with danger right now, honestly. Light in the distance, Stoker begins to sing a ballad about the chimneys of New Winchester. Look at the background though, this game is so gorgeous. Alright, we burned through one thing of fuel. We got 5 supplies left still though. So now we're going to start heading up. This is about where we U-turned before. Silly us. Everything's been calm so far, though. Just trying to find Port Avon, dude. Where's it at? Send out a scout again. Chill for a second. Doesn't know what it's found, but it's up ahead. Okay. Well, something is something. It's a bad guy? Yeah. Alright, let's be cautious for a second. We're low on fuel now. Too close. Drive away. Will you turn? Come on. Remain calm. Now we're in pursuit. A little too close for comfort there. Come on. Oh. Ugh. Chugga 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 chugga. Okay. Turn, turn, turn. Got him. Got him again. Yes, let's go. We're too good at this. They weren't ready for it. Alright, the Reach Marauders defeated. Victor the spoils. Board it. Crew of the Marauder lie dead in the corridor. Killed not by your guns, but knives and small arms fire. The only survivor is the captain, locked in the brig with a bottle of brandy. Chalk eyes stare back from every wall. When he ran out of chalk, he began scraping them in with his fingernails. Little remains of them, but bloodied stumps. Seen this before, Captain, says a crew member, grasping your arm. Sky madness. Magdalens can treat it if you can be bothered to take the poor sod. The high wilderness is cruel. This could easily be you one day. Let's not. That sounds stressful. The sky maddened captain drives once, then is silenced. Still, the crew moves swiftly, anxious to loot the train or perhaps to evade your glance. I'll have one tail of terror. Ooh, this game is sick. I love this. You prepare to board the buckled wreckage, poised to plunder the plunderers. Behind you, someone is humming a song of victory. Let's loot it. What could it be? A faintly luminescent cage. Light burns from within. Silver idol rests inside the cage. 4 wings extend from its hunched shoulders. Made from moonstone, your navigator says in a hushed voice to amplify the light of the stars. Now I have one vision. Well, again, we are heading north. We're almost... Oh, we are there. What is this? Something grave? Oh, that doesn't sound good. The only in silence. Detritus of yet another skirmish in the Winchester War. Let's scavenge this one. The wreck gleams with frost. Its windows are dark, its engine silent. Perhaps something of value lies within. We can mourn the dead, or we can leave it untouched, or we can enter through the yawning tear in the hull. 50% chance of success with our Veil's ability. Let's try it. Fail again. Oh, gross. As you clamber through the hole, your lamp reveals uncanny marks around it. Were they caused by ricocheting shrapnel or by vast teeth? Your boarding party search is unsurprisingly hurried. You retrieve only handfuls of valuables before the hull's groans encourage them to return to your vessel. Not all of them make it. The wreck buckles with a shriek that might have issued from the throat of hell and spins apart. Gained 15 terror, 59 sovereign, a tale of terror, lost 2 crew, another member lost. Oh, another crew member lost 2 crew members. That sucks. Send that again. Come on. Scout relays its findings. What is railroad? Railroad is a station. Okay, we're gonna head to the railroad. Because that is something. We're gonna try to get there safely. But I'm honestly very nervous. Bands SM Waste, 57 experience gained. Okay. They should be able to continue heading southeast here. Things will hopefully be okay. Oh, it's a circus. Oh, interesting. Is the port here? Oh, what is this place? This says, you're approaching a newly discovered port. This has significantly reduced your terror. Your crew are thankful. Find another place of relative safety in the skies, however strange or full of devils, or covered in mushrooms. We're docking. We found a new place, and it's a circus. Sick. Gervais's Rest. Traveling circus has settled here, too afraid to go further and too afraid to turn back. Its clanking, gaudy locomotive scavenges such audiences as it can from nearby homesteads, delivers them for an evening of shabby, desperate, big-top magic. Let's recruit the amiable vagabond. Find him waiting serenely at Gervais's Rest, clay pipe planted between his teeth. He claims to be an expert in snake wrangling, thimble twisting, and stick swinging. He professes to be a psychologist, mythologist, and escapologist. He boasts he can tell stories that'll haunt you until you die. Play tunes that'll make stones dance. If all that fails to entice you, he supposes he could turn his hand to signaling. He requires a sign-on fee, which we cannot pay. You need 2 sky stories. Oh, we don't have any. Perhaps not, buddy. Maybe another time. Inconceivable Circus, the greatest show. The greatest show, that's what the adverts promise. The reality is not impressive. Aside from the big top that dominates the circus, the place is shabby, poorly maintained, and even more poorly attended. Bored-looking circus folk run rotting booths. The clowns painted on smiles are no match for the deep-set misery behind the grease paint. Even the Calliope music, playing on a rundown piano, is more grimly resolute, cheery. Purchase tickets. Bored urchin in a dusty top hat waits for our money. What's our requirements? Needs 10. Okay. The urchin hands over your tickets with no apparent enthusiasm. Thanks, he mutters. Got 5 tickets. Greatest show. Oh, I already read that part. Whoops. Bored-looking circus folks run rotting booths. Oh, I read that too. God damn it. Recruit crew. Oh, we only have a 12% chance of success because our hearts is low. That sucks. We also can't speak to the ringmaster. Interesting. Into the big top. Cost 2 tickets to do that. 2 tickets for the amusements. Why can't we do this? You need a familiar face at the circus 3. I see. So let's try entering the big top. Maybe that will help. No one in the meager audience displays any enthusiasm, not even when the ringmaster thunders in on a horse-drawn Calliope. Then come the acts themselves. Oh dear. The humiliated magician's trapdoors fail to open, leaving his glamorous assistant notably unbanished. The bereaved acrobat swings from a single trapeze. The other hangs lonely and unused. Pensive clown's fire juggling act ends in a disaster, not the humorous kind. Less said about the lion tamer, the better. He should recover. We got a sky story. Sick. Our terror fallen, and we have spent time at the circus, and we lost 2 tickets. Great. Write a port report. Interesting. Let's do that. Even so, there's maybe interest in who attends. The big top looms dramatically in the fog of the reach, but it's not nearly as imposing as the massive obelisk floating nearby, which we saw. Some enterprising soul has hung bunting between it and the big top. As for the circus itself, outside of the performers, it is practically deserted. It may be the first new face in the audience in quite a while. To earn rewards, hand your port reports in to the Endurant Veteran or the Prudent Secretary. They are normally found at Victory Hall and Company House, docks near New Winchester. However, they can move as the war in the Reach progresses. Okay. Amusement time. At first glance, the circus is in poor shape. A second glance reveals how much worse things are than that. You try the battered mushrooms and realize why they have yet to take off as a beloved snack. Attempting to dispose of the bag, you duck behind a stall and find a pile of them already waiting. Another visitor pokes their head around. Is this where the bags go? She asks and deposits her own with the rest. Sarah fell again. We lost 2 tickets. Total of 1, the circus staff are coming to recognize our face. So we still can't do this. We have 2 familiar faces. So should we try to sneak behind the tent, or should we visit the ticket booth? Back in, it says, followed by an indecipherable scribble. How useful. Let's try this. Recruiting crew, even though we have a very low chance of success. Yeah. Prospective crew member looks tempted, but their eyes keep dragging back to the big top. I have to be here, they apologize. I think this is where I'm supposed to be. Dang. Can't speak to the ring. Alright, this is the last thing we can do, is trying to sneak behind the tents, and maybe that'll make our face familiar. Not to worry, we can speak to the ringmaster, and then who knows what happens. A pair of clowns whose painted-on smiles do not match their actual scowls spot you immediately. There's nothing funny about the heavy sticks they carry. You are less than politely escorted back to the big top. Perhaps if you're better known around here, they would be less concerned. Fantastic. Let's try that again. Yeah, okay. And anything new here? No. So that's about all we can do here. Well, we can go look at these things. Stories, Gervais's Rest. Let's check that out. Oh, we already did these. Ah, oh, dang. Okay. Shops. Bazaar, the new big top shop. Let's check out the bazaar. They sell verdant seeds, which we need. 25 each, but we don't have that much money. We can get a little bit of it. Okay. Let's look at things we can... They don't accept cells though. It's okay. Big top shop. Bronze wooden supplies. Okay, that's fine. I wish there was a clear place where we saw how much money we had all the time. It's interesting that it's not something in the bottom left corner. Okay, but this is a lovely place to end today, right here at the nice old circus. Thank you so much for hanging out. This game is eerie and a little bit silly and very interesting, and I'm kind of nervous about dying or running out of supplies, things like that. I'm really interested to see what that gameplay loop looks like. What happens exactly when we die, and how does the story continue exactly, things like that. I'm really excited though. I'm enjoying this a lot. I'm gonna definitely play this all the way through for sure. Thank you all so much for hanging out. If this is your first time on this channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I have so many dang games on this channel, and I have uploads every single day, so there's going to be something here that you enjoy for sure besides this. But yeah, thank you so much for hanging out. Make sure you take care of yourselves out there. Peace out.